Sure you don't. Birds famously have short memories.
Birds.
Oh, I'm just talking metaphorically, Brian. That's all. Just yeah.
Wouldn't know anything about that.
No, I'm sure you wouldn't.
I'm definitely what?
And this may have stirred up
It's good. It's cool. Don't worry about it. William Regal tattoo with Matt Hardy.
Oh,
That's
lovely, brilliant. That's fantastic.
And that goes
And Regal's on the top of summer, son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about the smartest
Will he be
thing
given an
you've
actual
ever
feud?
said.
Probably not.
That there was
Nah,
much
why would you?
competition.
I don't like the idea of Matt Hardy having an alternative girlfriend.
Working with you is bad enough.
Oh, there's been alternative girlfriends for this entire playthrough. Well, Edge and Lita were a thing last year. That stayed true to canon. The power couple to end last year was Melina and Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah. Teddy Long and Tori Wilson.
Teddy Long and Tori Wilson, yeah. That was a big one, yeah. Tori Wilson chasing that gold.
Teddy Long chasing that gold in the women's division.
Oh.
I wonder, I mean, if Santina Morella has taught me anything, then
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Hey,
Why wouldn't you?
Match.
It's all legal now.
You looked
Oh, Jesus
fantastic.
Christ.
Maybe we can get together and celebrate. My
This
hotel's
has
right around
aged
the
so
corner.
well.
How about maybe meet for a drink
Hasn't
later?
it just?
See, this is
I
why.
let the fates decide.
This is why it's better to avoid reality entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Not to be a person to take the doctrine of the DC Comics supervillain, the Joker, literally, but yeah, I just step away from the bad thing and just think of something else.
Why is that easy?
Oh, it really is. Exactly that easy. I was in a meeting today.
Oh wow.
That was
By choice?
so. Yeah, I volunteered and everything, and I thought it was going to be really good. It was going to really help me connect with my work colleagues and bring about like good change and all of this stuff. And it was already previously established, like really well-meaning, effective group. And the meeting was so fucking boring that I just left it.
Like when you say meeting, I'm picturing a real life meeting where you're like you're sitting around a desk and like after like hour one, you just go,
That's me. Luckily enough, I was attending via Zoom. I was zooming, as it were. But I don't got no time for that anymore.
good.
If I was in a physical meeting that was boring the absolute bollocks out of me, you can always just go for a wee.
A really long.
No one's gonna stop you. It is a little bit suspect that I bring my headphones with me. Listen,
So,
I'm gonna be in there a while. So
I don't know if you're reading Michelle's email there, but we're in trouble for meeting Ashley for a pint. We have apparently wronged Matt Hardy, and Michelle's going to take Mark Henry on us because Mark Henry and Michelle McCool are a thing in this fucking game.
That's why not.
I mean, they're by
Mark Hardy, he can't keep a woman really all that. Can he? Like, it's
No.
become kind of a recurring theme with him over here. He was Rusev before Rusev was Rusev.
Yeah.
he did well enough with the last one for a while.
And then
It went.
It happens. Yeah.
But as these things end, she ended up wearing an Edge t-shirt just to fuck with him.
Yeah, kind of gained an entire singular level of respect for that
There's just
move.
2 weeks to go until SummerSlam, one of the biggest pay-per-view events of the year. This is Michael
I don't
Cole
get
here
why
with
it's always
CEO,
Joey
and it sounds
Styles
like
that's
the
interviewing
superstars
Vince
getting
McMahon
caught up
here.
in a
Like Joey Styles is on ECW. What the fuck is he doing here?
How
Or is it
stupid
talking
does
about
it
Yeah.
have to be to try and fool around with a
Jesus
fellow
Christ.
superstar's woman?
It is Joey Styles, right?
Yeah, so Joey Styles is interviewing Vince McMahon, who seems to be outraged that William Regal would act so improperly around the women on the roster.
For problems like
Yeah.
this.
It's good that Vince McMahon is here to be the moral high ground.
The moral code, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, proof that there's a difference between video games and reality.
Yeah, if that is proof that video games are unrealistic. Like,
Also, I know it's really lovely and all, Rey Mysterio with the armband there. Yeah, honoring
Very good.
easily one of the greatest wrestling performers of all time. I can't help but look at it and just think egg.
yeah, same.
This is his chance to show that he's not going to be pushed around.
Or again, well, you see, here's the thing as well, Brian. You see, this is the big misnomer because in this alternate universe, Eddie Guerrero becomes champion well ahead of time.
Yeah,
And we can use that as a reasoning, as a justification for that. Like, he didn't have to push himself that hard for the years after that, and because he appears as a legend in future games, who's to say that he didn't pass early? He's still alive, knocking about, alive and well. So clearly, Rey Mysterio is mourning the death of his great friend and favorite wrestler, Eddie Gilbert.
Yeah.
Hot stuff.
Yeah.
Still cuts deep. Makes sense.
It does. Gone too fucking early, man. Gone too early.
What was Eugene's second name?
Dinsmore.
Bischoff.
There you go. Eugene Bischoff. Yeah. Rey Mysterio honoring his fallen comrade, the infamous and legendary Gobbledygooker.
Ed Goon.
This is why. This is why.
Gobbledygooker was he not fucking Eddie Guerrero's brother?
That was Chavo Guerrero, yeah. Chavo Guerrero Sr., yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Even a broken brain can be right once a recording.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out?
So are we accepting there that Gobbledygooker was his surname? It was Mr. Gobbledygooker, which means like presumably his first name is Egg.
The Gobbledygooker, in the same way that you would refer to a family in the pejorative sense, the Murphys.
Yeah,
that
that's
makes
fair.
sense.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, if ever, I definitely want this in my search history.
Regal's been making a living with his fists
What
since he was a
is
teenager.
the
You don't stick with something that
Gobbledygooker?
he's going for the cover.
Curse.
And to think we could have had
These
him as the
superstars give
Undertaker.
everything they've got when they're in a match like
We were
this,
going
but
to
a
get
lot of
Mark
people don't
Calloway as
realize
the
what they
Eggman and
sacrifice behind the scenes
Joe, maybe
to
that did happen in this alternate timeline. Fuck it, I can believe in
I
anything.
think that's what it is, though. I think that you've really got to the crux of it, is that in this universe, Big Scary Mark became,
The Eggman.
Yeah, I think that's, rather than the dead man, he's the Eggman.
In that case, then, who's the Undertaker?
There's no doubt in my mind.
I've not seen him. Just been a poster on the wall. So,
The power of this guy.
Is he being played by someone else?
ye, the keeper of the lore.
I mean, we've seen him. We've heard him speak. We have wrestled him under different guises. He certainly is a character that exists. Whether it's Mark Calloway playing him is up for debate.
I mean, who was an alternative at that time to be a large dead fellow?
Possibly one Kevin Nash, maybe?
Night after night, the
Because we haven't seen Diesel. We've seen Kevin Nash. We haven't seen The Undertaker
And that's a good thing.
in the same
I
room.
don't even like to think about where we'd be if they didn't.
Well, we wouldn't be sitting here
Perhaps
calling
it was
wouldn't-
Brian Payne, perhaps, who was the Underfaker.
Yeah. So those who are fake are now legitimate?
You can't let that break your focus.
A vital thread we have found to pull upon.
We shall see. Or maybe he just got revamped in the Attitude Era. Maybe the Eggman had run its course in the golden times, and when it came to the to the Attitude Era, they had to go, fuck it, let's make him an Undertaker, yeah! Limp Bizkit, rolling. Then of course he was killed by his evil brother and became undead. But apparently that's the first in every timeline.
But voted Democrat.
Before Democrat. And he famously hates cops.
I don't think anyone in this match has even considered that they might
Of course not. That's the kind of
Yeah.
that gets you beat quicker than anything.
Good performers aren't necessarily good people.
No, we really do need to caveat that.
Yeah, it was at the moment I saw the first YouTube thumbnail for Big Dead Mark.
Wow, listen to that chant.
That was it for me. I did watch a bit of it. I tried my very, very best. But the sycophantic co-host really didn't do anything for me, which could be said for any wrestling podcast.
Yeah. To be fair, like that's the kind of the model, isn't it? It's like you get the producer who is genuinely gushing over the fact he gets to work with his favorite wrestler, to never question his favorite wrestler. You know, like I don't know Conrad Thompson personally, and he seems like a nice guy, but fuck me, he just means he'd be happy to be alive. That he's talking to other wrestlers, going, "What's this guy like?" You know, because in fairness, that would be me. Like I would be that fucking idiot to have no journalistic integrity. But then again, it's the wrestling industry. Show me a journalist with actual integrity. Actually, just show me anyone with any integrity in wrestling. Like, fuck that, like, you know? Like, well, like maybe 4 people have integrity. One of them being Kurt Angle. Because that was his gimmick. Like, you know.
Kurt Angle. There's 3 eyes. Incest. Integrity.
It's almost tea time after all.
Yes. Maybe this. I don't know if he asked for this, the kind of the raw bestiality sex in this alternate timeline.
But to be fair, that was the intensity. That was one of the eyes.
Very short on intelligence, however.
Yeah.
And I fell down on the 2.
Oh no, I think I figured out what the other eye is. Ibuprofen.
Hey!
And that's supposed to be a bad thing. How many times do I have to say it? This
I do love that it became a meme, and like a part of like social media that's never seen wrestling before and have no idea who he is, and then suddenly somebody from that circle has to ask, who the hell is this guy to begin with? And then wrestling Twitter took over to go, this is Kurt Angle, motherfuckers. And not only did he refer to him as Kurt Angle, they call him Perk Angle. And they only show clips of his TNA era when he was absolute batshit. And I think that's a very particular niche part of a person's career. You know, kind of way. It's like, it's like, okay, listen, Kurt Angle's a brilliant performer. He's had a hell of a career. But for the sake of the meme, you need to hone in on the actual, the time and the place that created that 1,000 stare look.
Yeah. I think for once the internet wrestling community all went, we get a chance to fuck with the normies here. Fucking go for it.
It's whenever anything like leaves the wrestling sphere in terms of a GIF or whatever else is. Like the Big E popcorn GIF is a famous
yes,
GIF.
yes,
Like,
yes.
People had to explain who Big E then was, and all it is just gyrating hips. And you know what? That's all we need to know. Just gyrating hips. That's all it is. You know, that's all you need to know. You know.
Loveliness in the form of gyrating hips and absolute pure beef.
The Vince meme as well, with him like going like, you know, more and more like catatonic with hormones, like that in particular.
I had a moment. I had a moment of the Vince ogling meme. That it was being used to advertise on Facebook some product or service, and I went, lads, you might want to rethink having you might want to rethink having that exact meme as a representative of your brand, showing we're really down with internet culture. It's like, yeah, there's other meme formats. You might want to stay away from it. And then some person clapped back at me going, yeah, but like, it's just a meme. And I'm like, in
Yeah,
this
no.
instance right now, I, of anybody I know, will joke about the worst fucking shit
I'm with you,
ever.
You just
And I
can't
have
experience a thrill
on
like
this recording.
anywhere else.
And that's
Well, for
because you're not
fuck's
gonna see
sake,
athletes like
lads.
WWE superstars
Time and a
anywhere
place.
else, Cole.
Yep.
You certainly
It's
are.
different when it's like
Plays
you and you're not
particularly well.
protecting it. Yeah.
And this is
It's
the only
when a
place
brand
you'll
does
see them
it,
doing
it's a
what
bit
they
like,
do best.
Yeah.
you know better, lads. Come on.
Well, I tell you, I will certainly won't be buying those blue chews anytime soon.
I've been looking forward to this match all night.
So have I.
You
Certainly been one of the most
who
anticipated
was the
matchups in
person
recent weeks.
Vince was
And usually
ogling
when you got
in that
kind of
famous
hype, it's
meme?
tough to live up to expectation,
Who
but
was it?
these superstars
Yeah.
Jesse
aren't
Keeper.
having
Jesse Keeper.
any trouble doing that.
He's had the
They showed
dignity,
you.
And
he's
that's
had
an
the
impressive
dignity
thing in and of itself.
and wherewithal and self-preservation to wait long enough to make me think he's had to think about it.
I think we might be
Far
looking at the
better
future
men
of the
than I.
WWE.
Here's the thing, this could be it.
Ah, yeah, it's Tits McLeg.
Know these things.
It's not, it's not even that. It's the fact that like it's also
Never
like
understand
like,
why
again
Mark
in the
Henry
grand scheme of
resorts
things
to
with
such
everything that's kind of gone on, it is
He's already
almost
the
a
world's strongest man.
like
What is he gonna
exhibit
prove?
A of how awful Vince McMahon actually was.
Yeah.
Like where like it's one thing where like say you mentioned the Undertaker there and how well the character and the work is incredible and all this sort of stuff, whereas the man behind it seems like an absolute horrible pox, you know. But like, what at the same time, like when
But
even
does
like
it not feel a bit like he's like your kind of racist granddad?
yeah, like,
But,
see,
like,
it's
he's-
expected of him. It's expected.
Yeah.
You know, like
He's
oh,
an
the
old
guy that,
affected dude. What are you really
No,
expecting?
look,
And I don't blame
where
him.
are you from,
He wants to
and
send a
when were you
message to
born?
that cheap
And
Exactly.
you can fall into the judgment of the era of which you grew up.
I stand
and how you
for
carry
honesty
yourself
and decency.
ongoing.
I am a
Yeah.
man
Lads.
of integrity.
The 90s was fucking weird.
It
And
was.
we're all still getting over it. And the things that we grew up knowing were grand. Not so grand now.
like,
But I'm not-
yeah.
I'm not gonna call somebody a soft, lesser than human being than I just because you've never had the thrill of a push pop.
I mean, maybe not, but like,
That-
again, like,
That
well,
could have gone low.
That could have gone anywhere. That could have gone anywhere. What was best about it was that even Brian didn't know what word was going to come next, and like,
Nah.
There's not
Happy to
much
say
For
something.
once,
That's
for once, for the line.
here with
I was going to I instantly was thinking popping candy, but I famously fucking despise popping candy. And I don't think I'll ever forgive them for existing. In the same way that there's some people that I could name that have very irrational hatred of things. Who could that be? Not that I know. I lost my connection and everything's okay now. But popping candy, I thought was going to be great. I was really excited about popping candy, and then I tried it, and I got scared, and then I swallowed, and it remained in my throat, and I had childhood asthma. So the only other sensation that I likened to my throat feels weird now, and it set me into a fucking attack. So in my brain, popping candy evokes a fear response in me to this very day.
Understandably.
yeah.
I know it's there, and if someone was to offer it to me, I'd go, no thank you, I'm too afraid.
It's gonna blow up in my mouth.
I'm exactly the type of person that The Undertaker would hate.
I don't think you're ever going to see that from Matt Hardy. He's simply
Without
got too
question.
much passion and
Yeah.
determination.
Can't even handle your popping candy if...
Fucking soy boy.
Enter
Protect our
your-
troops.
Enter your favourite slur here.
This is
Like...
the last time
Yeah.
we'll see these superstars face off.
I don't say
But
there's
it's
a
Like I
wrong
said,
Like,
like, at least you
he's an
expected
outland.
of the, yeah, you expected of the Undertaker, considering the time, the place,
I don't know
and
how
considering like
nice it is,
when the gimmick was
but there
close
are
to the
certainly
character.
some issues between
Yeah,
these superstars,
like
and I
he
think
was all
this
about
match
cops, so he was all
might
about
only
fucking troops to begin
exasperate
with. Like the guy couldn't
Hey, what's
stop
the
keep himself
deal?
out of
This is
fucking
a
like Afghanistan
family
half the
show.
time. Like,
Exasperate.
He hanged the big boss man
he was a bad cop. That's different.
in kayfabe.
It was the attitude there. It was different.
Certainly don't envy
Hang on now, in
the
fairness,
referee
right?
in
He's
this
counted that by taking out the biggest 4 minutes he ever had, which was Muhammad Hassan. He was a threat to America.
And he
So
was
much so that
never
he's now a
seen.
school principal in Canada, Jamie. Right? He
Yeah.
neutralized to a permanent end Muhammad Hassan.
Can I just point out that the thing people forget about Muhammad Hassan was it started so fucking well.
It was a good
He was-
character.
He was a heel because he was a Muslim character who wasn't a terrorist and
Yeah.
called out Americans for being racist fucking assholes.
Being hypocrites, yeah.
In 6 months, they
We
made
knew it
him
was
a
going to be intense.
terrorist.
We knew it was going to be.
That's called, do you know what it was? It's because the gimmick was too
anyone was
smart.
prepared for
Like, it
this.
was the fact that, well, it wasn't even, I'll qualify it by saying it was too smart, right? If the character was meant to be satirical, as Muhammad Hassan was meant to be, stay as satirical. Lean into it, talk about it, confront it. But the problem was, and I think this is the difference between having someone like Vince McMahon in charge and Kevin Dunn with his fucking jackrabbit teeth and everyone else around him. They had no intention of making a political point or an observational comedy or satire. They wanted to have a Muslim character to boo at, essentially. And it didn't matter what he said, right? The promo like he makes is fucking tremendous, and the character itself is interesting, and he has the very then as someone who's basically just shouting at people in Arabic. Those are all things that garner heat, without actually confronting the fact that, like, you know, this isn't a genuine distressing part of an American culture that you vilify a nation because it suits you. And it's like, you know, if you think I'm joking, look at what you did to the Japanese nationals during World War II. You put actual Americans in internment camps because they looked Japanese. So this is something that Americans have done for years and decades and will continue to do so. You know, but like, again, I don't think their intention was ever to make a clever point with Muhammad Hassan. It was to always set the character up to fail. You know, to always to prove the Americans that were right all along. That yes, the Muslim person around the corner is a terrorist, despite his best ventures. And that was the worst part.
He's Italian.
Exactly.
It was such a good and nuanced gimmick. It was then rehashed and repackaged and given to the greatest WWE champion of all time. The 50th WWE champion.
Don't hinder him.
Mm-hmm.
Jinder had the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And India didn't even have the common decency to become terrorists during it.
Not even one little terrorist. Not even one.
He had carpets.
Assholes.
He had carpets in the ring. You know, India, famous for their carpets.
Mm-hmm.
Watching these superstars go at it reminds me.
Another Canadian. What is with these racist Canadian wrestlers selling out their visage?
I've got like with Nick Patrick in the corner to stop the count. He's like, shut the fuck up.
No. We're gonna have a decent outcome here.
I must say that to Foxy next time I see him. It's like, you know what would be a great spot? Get someone to whip me in the corner to break the count. Because he can just dead.
Hey, that man can bump like a motherfucker. You forget.
Exactly, yeah.
Fucking one of the there's I don't know how he manages it, but there's fucking springs in his spine. How he flies around the fucking ring when he takes a bump.
How does he manage it? Maybe he shouldn't.
It always terrifies me, and yet no wheelchair. So doing something right.
So far, so good. Fuck you, Matt.
Only on the basis that well liked and ref bump equals so and so forth. But no, generic. Who are you? We don't care. Who are you? We don't care. Back in my day, I used to know the names of my referees, and none of them were women.
Was that an excerpt from the Undertaker's podcast? Was it?
Sounds like it, doesn't it?
The Undertaker
He was,
shoots on Jessica Carr.
To be fair, Jacqueline was a referee for no apparent reason for like a couple of years.
That's true.
No doubt at all. And I, for one, am glad
Again, I love here the
in
internal story keeping here. William Regal tapped out 2 people in a row. Like wrestle Mark Henry, tapped him out. Wrestle Matt Hardy immediately tapped him out, and he's the one that has to go away heat. It was like, what? Why is this game?
I also like that it made a bigger deal out of the fact you made Matt Hardy tap out than it did the fact that you made Mark Henry tap out.
Yeah.
He
Like, you'd think the Mark Henry would be a bigger deal, but he's only little in this game. So
He's
I
a
suppose
cube.
that counts
Like, he's a
against him.
square. It's easy. You can work. We can wrestle rings around him. Like,
he was doing a fucking wrist lock takeover on Mark Henry. That can't have happened. This is clearly a different fucking timeline. And
Mark Henry's only little here.
this is
small
as
Henry.
as is evident when you go into a deli and you see wedges and the little cubes. Who orders those fucking cubes? Nobody. Nobody orders those fucking cubes. Wedges are nothing. Wedges are fucking nothing. I'd rather have fresh fruit. Would you fuck off with your little cubes, potatoes? Fuck your cubes.
Brian, next time you have a day off, can you sit on a perpetual coffee in in a centre or something, and just wait for someone to collect the cubes, and you can tackle him as if he's a criminal? Like, finally you found the cube taker.
I'll have to go something. Oh, the cube taker. Rest in potato.
We'll call it effort tonight, lads. Good night. That's it. We can't do any better than that. Stop it there. 5:31:32.